Okay, in this section, we're going to talk about shooting in daylight. With DSLR cameras, everyone is always talking about their amazing low light performance, and that comes with a whole set of struggles itself. But what I want to talk about is shooting in daylight because that comes with a whole new set of challenges that a lot of people don't even discuss. One of the challenges is the extreme contrast differences between direct sunlight and the shadow areas. So a lot of times you'll be shooting and the sky will be blown out, or certain areas of your shot will just not be where you want it to be, and it really doesn't set up for good post color correction because you've lost a lot of detail in those areas. But there are some ways that you can manage these, and I want to talk about a couple of those, and we're going to put these into different sections. So one will be filters such as neutral density, and then we'll also talk about shooting flat using picture styles, how you can add light to fill in the shadows, and ways you can underexpose to keep the highlight details. So let's just start with the first section, which is filters. When you use filters, it's really going to help you both maintain your exposure and your depth of field. Now, in traditional video cameras, a lot of them have neutral density filters built in. But with digital SLRs, this isn't the case. You have to actually buy your filters separately and then add them to the lens. So this is obviously a really big change for people that have been shooting traditional prosumer video cameras for a while. And you can get neutral density filters in all sorts of different densities, anything from 1-stop, 2-stop, 3-stop, 6-stop, and so on. And you can also double filters up, so you can use 2 3-stop filters to lose 6 stops of light. So what they basically do is they decrease the amount of light that's going into the lens without giving you any sort of color cast on the image. So this is obviously really great if you want to shoot outside and you want to shoot all the way wide open at, like, say 2.8. So that's going to allow you to maintain your depth of field, because in daylight it's very rare for you to be able to shoot at 2.8 or 3.5 without filters. So, and then another thing that you can do is use ND grad exposures. Now these are really great, and a lot of people don't use them enough. In those settings where you're shooting outdoors and the sky is totally blown out, well, a lot of time I want to shoot and be able to keep that sky detail. I want to see the clouds, and I want to see the blue in the sky. But if the sky is overexposed, all I'm going to get is white. So when you use graduated filters, it's really dense at the top of the image, and then it gradually decreases into nothing, usually somewhere around halfway in the middle of the image. And so this is going to help you set exposure for the bottom half of the image and not really worry about things on the top half of the image blowing out. And like I said, not a lot of people use these, and it's really, really useful. So I definitely recommend getting those. Over to the right, you can see a picture of some graduated filters, but those are actually rectangular filters that you see there, but they also make them in circular filters to fit your lens. And then there's very ND filters, and these are the same as any other ND filter, but they're kind of unique in that it's adjustable. So it's really great because it allows you to shoot quickly. You don't have to take filters on and off, or double up filters. But the problem is they're not as precise. So you can turn the filter left or right, and it will increase or decrease the density of the filter. But the problem is they don't have precise stops, so it won't tell you if you're losing 1 stop or 3 stops or 5 stops or so on. They have little dots on them to help you figure out where you are, but it's really not a precise tool, and I haven't found that professionals use them really frequently unless it's sort of run and gun shooting style. So that's where I definitely recommend them. If you're a wedding videographer, I could see something like Very NDs being really, really helpful because you're shooting in the moment, you don't have a lot of time, and it's really just going to allow you to make those quick changes that you wouldn't otherwise get. So I'm going to show some pictures in the next section that will really help you see what the difference is between with filters and without filters. And then after that, we'll talk about some picture styles and other ways that you can improve the way you shoot in daylight.